Mike's hot boots on the ground, troops coming heavy with the no-nonsense sound. Ain't no filters, we break the mold. Stories hidden, swept away, now they're getting told. Spotlights hit, the tension pops. We ain't here for nothing but the real damn drops. We're busting bubbles, taking names, cussing and discussing, changing the game. No smoke, no mirrors, no curtain calls. Piss on the fire and call the dogs. Steel chairs, court stairs, backstage heat. Legends fall when we bring that beat. Voices sharp, we cutting right through. Best damn team, yeah, you know it's true. We ain't your daddy's play-by-play. We call it raw, we're here to stay. From bell to bell, win or lost. Shoot, don't care who signs the checks or calls the boss. Putting out fires, taking names, cussing and discussing, fueling the flames. Standing tall when the last bell call. Piss on the fire and call the dogs.
Hello, wrestling fans. I want to thank you all for joining us for another edition of Cussin Discussin. I am the Doctor of Professional Wrestling, Mike Blankenship, PhD. Alongside me, the excellence of elocution, Walter Dixon. Whew. We are live across multiple streaming platforms, the Cussin Discussin Facebook page, YouTube page, now simulcasting on the Elevate Pro Wrestling Facebook page.
Thanks, and only possible to StreamYard.
Yes, the good people at StreamYard who decided to take the payment out of my bank account without me knowing it. So I figured I'll use it.
Yeah, might as well.
Anyway, we're also available on all major podcasting platforms where you may find us, namely rss.com. You go there, click up in the top, and it'll take you to wherever we are. So hit the like button, the subscribe button, the share button, and
Follow, whatever.
Yes, definitely. Tonight, we are taking a little bit of a different approach. It's been a while since we've actually had a guest on the show.
It's been a couple months. Yeah.
But we do have someone lined up, and that being a newcomer to Elevate Pro Wrestling, the very one, the very only, the Hardcore Heartbreaker, Nikki Wilde.
That's right.
Joining us right now. Let's go ahead and bring her in. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Just wonderful.
Great.
Just wonderful. We got PA. Looky here, Walter. We got aloha from Hawaii, Miss Nikki Wilde. The team came by to support. Hawaii, USA, my friend. Keep up the great work.
Fantastic.
Referee Josh checking in. Hey, guys, how's it going? It's going great, man. It's going great.
Can't wait to see you this weekend, Josh, or next weekend, I guess. Yeah.
Christine Anderson, love Nikki Wilde.
That's my mother-in-law. I love you.
Gotta have family support.
We were actually while we were waiting on the intro to play there, we were talking about your very first appearance with us at Elevate Pro Wrestling. I was telling Mike, I said, I guarantee the fan that was in the back that night, his friends kept bugging him and screaming at you and saying, he loves you. He loves you. I said, he's probably in here. I don't know if he is or not, but we had an immediate jump in viewership there. So he probably is. If he is, I would love for him to give you a shout out. But,
absolutely.
I love you too.
So for the fans that may be in here right now for the first time, meeting you for the first time, who is Nikki Wilde?
Nikki Wilde is exactly what my name says. My mom's called me a wild child since I was born. So I knew I was going to be a wrestler, and everywhere that I go, I just give it all that I've got. I mean, Hardcore Heartbreaker is my name for a reason. So I just try to bring a lot of intensity. I've got a lot of passion, and I like to get wild.
Okay. Speaking of Hardcore Heartbreaker, that rolls into this one here. It is a hell of a moniker. I mean, no doubt about that. Where did it come from?
My mom, actually. So
Wow.
we were coming up with, some kind of moniker together, and we were throwing stuff out there. And I kind of like the alliteration of it, like the H's together. I kind of wanted something that sounded fluid whenever you said it, and I didn't want to say like the wild child. I feel like a lot of that's been done before, and I love rock and roll. I love metal music. Me and my husband go to a lot of hardcore shows, and I love hardcore wrestling, which is probably surprising to a lot of people, but if somebody's got steel chair, you've got those LED bulbs, the big long ones. I love it. I love it. I'm not afraid of gore. I'm not afraid of blood. And I'm married, so all I can say is I'm breaking a lot of hearts. So when you put the two together, it just made sense.
Definitely so.
Makes perfect sense to me.
What's the first memory you have of falling in love with professional wrestling?
Oh, that honestly, I say this to a lot of people and they don't believe me, but my earliest childhood memory is wrestling. I remember my dad always, always, always had it on, and we had ECW tapes. I mean, I was introduced at a very young age to the coolest era of wrestling. So my dad was always having that on TV, and I remember looking up at the TV and having my Dora dolls in front of me fighting with them. And I was looking at, I loved Dolph Ziggler. I loved AJ Lee. I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. So I've known from, I think I was probably 2 or 3 that this was it for me.
That answers the question I had. You mentioned very first to start that you've known your whole life that this is what you wanted to do.
Oh,
So it really has been the entirety, of your life since you said 2 or 3.
mm-hmm.
Do you remember your first moment? The first thing you remember about wrestling?
The first thing that I remember was the women, honestly. And as a kid, I was kind of a tomboy. I loved, my dad was into race cars. We did a lot of drag racing when I was little, and even now, my whole family's been around race cars, and I just always liked the stuff that guys liked, And I, not to sound like, ooh, she's different, she's not like other girls, but I felt like I wasn't allowed to like that stuff. I loved Hot Wheels when I was little, but I remember thinking, I need to play with Barbies. I need to do the things that girls are supposed to do. And then you see women like Lita or women like China, and I was like, wait a minute, if they can do it, why can't I? So from that moment on, I knew, yeah, women can wrestle, and this woman can wrestle. So I just started chasing after it immediately after I saw those ladies.
Definitely one. And Nakeem the Dream checking in there, our favorite demon baby. Walter's still waiting on his binky, Nakeem.
Yeah, I still haven't got my binky. I want that thing. So you've told us now this is where your journey began as a child, watching wrestling with your dad, doing those things that maybe some girls don't do. As a father of 2 girls, I understand that they've both went through phases where they were tomboyish. Now my oldest is very, very not tomboy now, but the youngest, she still hits a tomboy phase every now and then. But so that journey started there, doing those things early on. What was the moment, or how old were you when you really stopped and looked at it and said, okay, this is something that I can do. This is something I can do for the rest of my life, or, as a career?
Surprisingly, it was more recent. So my whole life, I knew I wanted to be a wrestler, but, I grew up in a single parent home, me and my mom, and I didn't think with the background that I had that it was something I could ever afford, something that I could ever invest in. And my only goal was really to be able to support myself and provide for myself. So I decided to go to college straight out of high school. I got my business degree, bachelor's in business administration. And I remember there was a point in college where I hated it. I won't lie to anybody. I hated college. I mean,
get it.
I got through it. I got through it, but it was with the grace of God, and there was
Yeah.
no other way around it.
No.
And I remember being in college, and I was working three jobs at the time, and I was so miserable. And I was paying all of this college stuff. All of my money was going towards a degree that I didn't care about. I didn't even really want it. I just wanted to be stable and have something to set myself up that I knew I would never not have a job. And I just thought to myself, I remember I was sitting in my room. I actually took a video on my phone. I was crying because I knew if I didn't pursue this, I was going to regret it for the rest of my life. And then next thing you know, I applied to Black and Brave, and I'm accepted a week later. So that started all of it. And it was just years and years of knowing this was what I wanted, but never thinking I could. And then one day I said, screw it. I'm doing this or dying.
You talk about college being a pain at times, and I'm actually learning that the hard way. Graduated high school, and this tells my age off the gate, but in 2000, and decided in 2021 I'm going back to college.
Go back to college at 40, they said.
Yeah, go back to college at 40. They said it'll be fun. And I'm drilling this into my niece and nephew's head because they're 17 and 18 respectively right now. Guys, you get out of high school, you're going straight into college. Don't wait around, because once you hit 40 and you forgot everything, learning it all over again is no fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, thank you.
it definitely is no fun at all. Wait a minute.
Rae is going to show you why she is up and coming star, and don't sleep on Brooklyn.
Fiji.
So Fiji Wildman is a close friend with the one and only Brooklyn Rae.
Yeah.
And of course he's cheering her on from the sidelines. We get that. And we should really have Brooklyn on, but I don't know if,
Yeah, we need to.
But to Fiji's point, Brooklyn is a tremendous young talent. She has a boatload of potential. And you're still in your formative years as well. You've got a ton of potential coming up. But you've been doing this a little longer than Brooklyn. How long have you actually been wrestling?
This month actually marks a year. So I'm coming right up on my first training. I think it was the first week of February last year. So I mean, I've just hit a year, almost to the day. But I started training last February. I trained with Casey Kazana and Kenzie Page at Schoolmore.
Gotcha.
And then I went to Black and Brave with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, no,
Right out of here. But Brooklyn is somebody that I take seriously. I mean, I think that she is a fantastic competitor, and I'm so excited to actually get to be in the ring with her.
She said she trained with Casey Kazana, and
Schoolmore.
If Brock's Boulder is watching, and hopefully KC does watch, we want to thank KC for the house.
Yeah.
Got to. But
no. So who would you say helped you the most at the beginning of that? 1 year ago, who helped you the most first breaking into the business, first getting into training? Who helped you through your training? Who was the biggest help in that?
When I first started out, honestly, if it weren't for Casey and Kenzie, I wouldn't be anywhere. I got lucky enough to get some training in before I went to Black and Brave, and I had no idea that when I got to Black and Brave, most of the students in my class were already fully trained. So I was one of the least trained out of the whole class. And still, like the leg up that Kenzie and Casey gave me, cannot thank them enough, truly. And just teaching me about the business, how to get bookings, also helping me into promotions. Word of mouth goes a long way, especially when it's someone like Casey Kazana or Kenzie Page. And so I cannot express how grateful I am that they kind of gave me a foot in the door at a lot of places. And, to stick out their leg for me. It really meant a lot.
Yeah. We also, I thought you said something.
No, go ahead.
We also work with another promotion besides Elevate Pro Wrestling, and a lot of the guys, which is also a training school, that other promotion, and a lot of the guys that have done training seminars elsewhere.
We can say the name now, though.
Well, yeah,
Aftermath
Pro.
Right.
A lot of the guys that have guys and gals who have done, training seminars and sessions elsewhere. They've said the same thing about that school. It gives you a leg up moving on to, like you went to Black and Brave, Seth Rollins, which is a tremendous step. That's upper echelon in today's training world. So they've said the same thing about training under Bobby Blaze, and just like you said there, that they not only give you a leg up in training, but also that word of mouth. So what would you say to folks who are maybe looking to get into wrestling, other young ladies or whatever the case may be, about finding a school and maybe starting here and going here?
I would say find somewhere with some credibility, like you said, which I was so grateful that School of Morton was so close to me, and I had that resource. I had Kinsey and Casey, and honestly, I think that when you're first starting out, you don't want to get trained wrong. Right. There's a lot of people who, Bobby Sue from down the road can teach you how to wrestle. You don't want that. You want someone who's going to teach you the right way the first time, because if you learn wrong, you're going to have to spend that much more time unlearning what you just worked on. So if I could give anybody advice, find somewhere that's going to teach you the right way. I mean, Dr. Tom Pritchard's school was one of the best you could go to, and now he's shut down, but I know Net Pro up in Kingsport with Karen. There's a lot of places around here. You just need to really pay attention to the quality of trainers that you're working with. And in my case, I applied to Black and Brave, but there's a 2-year wait list. So if you want to start, you might not want to wait 2 years, but there's plenty of schools around who have wonderful talent as their trainers. And that's where I would start.
So what is the hardest part of training that fans don't see?
For me, and this is kind of funny, jumping. I suck at it. I didn't realize how much you had to jump in wrestling. I'm thinking just hitting people, hitting this, clothesline, back elbow, whatever. There's so much, when you're on the top rope and you have to jump, you have to force yourself. It's not natural. Your body just does not want to do that. When you're standing on that top rope, you're like, well, what goes up must come down. And I don't want to go down this way. But honestly, it's like you have to rewire your brain just to allow yourself, even when you practice bumps, when you're slamming your body as hard as you can on the mat, that's not normal. People aren't trained to do that. Your brain is like, what are you doing? Stop that. Stop. Yeah. So all of it is just kind of unlearning the way that your body's taught to protect itself and just kind of throw caution to the wind. That was the hardest part for me, which I'm not afraid of getting hurt or anything, but I'm a little bit scared of heights sometimes. And I don't exactly know how well I could throw myself on a mat at first.
I don't like the heights either, and he
Doc
can attest to that.
Like
anything over an 8-foot ladder, and you can find somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just clumsy. I just think I'm gonna fall.
Well, I am too, but
I was Doc actually worked with me at a I was working for a residential electrician as a contractor, and Doc actually came in and worked with me for a bit. And I'm of the type that heights don't bother me at all. I'm not I'm not worried about it. I know I can catch myself at least most of the time. And it doesn't enter my mind that if I fall here, I'm going to break my neck. But so we worked it out so that Doc stayed on a 6-foot ladder, never had to get off the 3rd rung, and I'll take care of everything any higher than that.
Because you put me on a 14-foot ladder in the middle of a vaulted ceiling, and the cord got tangled around the leg, and when I jerked it, the whole thing decided it was
Well, I mean, you were tripping your own ladder in that respect, but
I don't know what's worse, that or the time that the pair of pliers come down and caught me right in the top of the head.
Told you not to leave your tools on top of the ladder.
I know.
So I mean, I get that your body does. There's a common phrase that you can't knock yourself out. You can't punch yourself hard enough to knock yourself out.
We interrupt this for a breaking moment. Brooklyn Rae has just entered the room.
Hey, Brooklyn.
She is here.
So this is interesting. Build this dichotomy. Both young, supremely talented. Brooklyn Rae, Nikki Wilde, you were the last two in the ring at Elevate Pro Wrestling in
December. Chaos
after Christmas.
Right.
You both signed the contract there. We are now aware that the third opponent who has signed the contract was Jada Stone,
TNA.
That's interesting. And now we know that Mr. Moore has decided this is going to be a fatal 4-way. And we do not even know who the fourth is.
Yeah.
So to that point, Nikki, Brooklyn, what are your thoughts on Jada and now a yet to be named fourth opponent?
Well, Jada is somebody that I am taking very seriously in this match, as much as I was already with Brooklyn. When it first came down to that contract signing and we didn't know that it was just we had thought we were in a triple threat with another girl who unfortunately had to drop out of the triple threat. So I was thrilled just to wrestle Brooklyn. I think that she is an amazing competitor. I have nothing but respect for her. But that wild card, they throw Jada in there with us, and she's a TNA knockout. That's pretty big deal. Obviously, she's achieved more than you can even think of in her career. To be signed with TNA is huge. Yeah. So I'm definitely taking her very. I think that maybe me and Brooklyn might kind of have the same idea about that. Maybe we can knock out Jada together and go back to what her and I could have had as a match to begin with, or I could see some alliances forming in this match for sure. I don't know who the fourth competitor is going to be, but I could definitely see some kind of chemistry there where maybe those two want to team up against me and Brooklyn. And that's something that we just have to be aware of and that we have to watch out for in this match, because at the end of the day, I hope that this comes down between me and Brooklyn. The fans at EPW know us best, know Brooklyn even more than they know me. So I think that's what we really want to see. I think Jada's going to be an amazing competitor, and I am so blessed to have the opportunity to work with her. But I'm really, really looking forward to most in this match, getting to work with Brooklyn.
Brooklyn's made a comment there, but
let's see here. The odds are stacked against us. We definitely have to play it smart. Nikki understands that. Yeah.
See,
a lot of respect in that comment. That's a lot of respect.
That is. I mean, it's
really.
So
may the best woman win, and that is all that I can hope for this match.
You mentioned the other lady who would have been
Valeska.
Yeah, it was Valeska, and we now know that Valeska had to step aside because she is with child, and we do want to congratulate her on that. We wish her and the entire family the best, and we understand why she had to step aside now. But having Jada step in, and now this fourth yet to be named competitor, this is turning out to be a tremendous moment for Elevate Pro Wrestling and for women's wrestling in general. Got
excited for the women's match.
Absolutely. Crowning the inaugural EPW Women's Champion. Yeah, I know. I suck. Mike's better.
Yeah.
But you mentioned teaming up, maybe having to work together, and that lends itself to this. Do you see yourself as a hero or a villain, or maybe somewhere in between?
I would think somewhere in between. I think that in this instance specifically, I have nothing but respect for Brooklyn, and I want nothing except for the best woman to win. But when I say that, I confidently believe that I'm the best woman. So, I mean, if she proves me wrong, she proves me wrong. I'll take that. I'm not someone who's going to cheat to win. I'm not someone who's going to break the rules. That's not who I am here. But I'm still going to take every step that is necessary to get that title. You know, this is a huge opportunity for my career. This would be my first championship. So I'm not looking to be a hero or a villain. I'm looking out for myself. And if I can advance myself in my career by winning this title, I'm going to. And at the end of the day, I respect my competitors with all of my heart, but you got to look out for number one, you know, just because I like Brooklyn as a person. And I think I really have so much respect for her. And I'm so like, I've seen her highlight reels and she is just knocking it out of the park. But I still have
her highlight reels. Oftentimes she's facing men in the ring quite often.
Yes. Yeah.
And killing it, absolutely killing it. And she has proven more than once that she is not afraid to put her body on the line to win a match, to do what's best for her and her team in some instances. And that is the story that she tells quite often. She doesn't care to put her body on the line.
Oh my goodness. And I've seen that spear that just about turned her inside out. And she, you know, and she's walking and breathing. So, I mean, she's pretty tough.
Well, I mean, you know, Xander Storm is as devious as he is. I saw that, and I saw the look in his eyes when he hit it.
Yeah. It's completely unintentional.
Yeah, you could tell that was not meant to happen.
There was
anyway.
That may be the only time I have ever seen any semblance of remorse and regret in his eyes.
Yeah.
But again, that's the story that many fans see when they see Brooklyn wrestle. What is the story that you like to tell in the ring?
The story that I like to tell is one with humility. I think that I know that I'm still new. You know, I've only been doing this for a year. So I'm going to go out there anywhere that I go and give it absolutely everything I have. I will put my body on the line. I will put everything on the line for the match. And if I lose, so be it. I'm not someone who's going to be bitter about a loss. I'm not someone who's going to hold it and have a grudge on someone for losing. But to me, I know that any match that I'm put in, whether the competitor is bigger or smaller than me, it doesn't matter. I'm going to find a way to win that match. I'm going to find their weakness. I'm going to pick out what it is that I need to do to get the upper hand. And that's the story that I tell, is that it doesn't matter who you are. If you step in the ring with me, I am smart enough to figure out what it takes to bring you down.
Grit and determination.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
What is the most important emotion you want fans to feel when they watch you perform?
Anticipation. I think for me, every match that I have, I hope that the fans are on the edge of their seat. I hope that they're looking, even if I'm down, they're like, oh, when's she going to get back up? When's she going to come back and win it all? How is this going to end? How is she going to come back for this? I want them just to be anticipating and waiting, because that excitement, when your heart's beating fast, when you're watching a match, those are the moments that you remember. You're like, wow, did you see that match? She got hit with all of that and but she came back, and just those moments that the crowd can really hang on, something that you can remember. I think that anticipation is one of the most special emotions that you're able to create in wrestling.
Absolutely.
What is one move that you hit that always gets reaction?
Ooh, I've got a couple. My favorite one so far has been either a stratisfaction, which is a springboard bulldog, or I do like the Mickie James Hurricane Rana out of the corner.
Gotcha.
And that either, because I can just kind of hit that out of nowhere. It's almost like an RKO. You never see it coming, and then bam, now they're on the ground. I think that's the ones that always get the crowd to pop the most.
That's those are moves that from that Attitude Era that always drew a reaction, and not everyone can do those. And I look at that, and we think of the amazing reactions that those types of moves got, and then we move into today, where you see people like Sol Ruka, the Soul Snatcher,
Yes.
is phenomenal.
I don't know how she does it.
She's not.
I feel like she's breaking some law of physics. Yeah, I really do. Is there anything like that you're working on? Any new move? Anything that you're working on? You're perfecting. You're adding to your arsenal.
I really, really want to be able to hit like the Lita Hurricane Rana, where she just jumps onto their shoulders off the top rope and hits the Rana off of that. Again, jumping has never been my strong suit, so I've got to work on it, get it down, because Lord, if I miss their shoulders and I just land, it's over. Just pin me. So that's something I'm working on. I've hit it once and in a match, and I think it needs a little more tweaking before it's perfect, but I think that would just be a great finisher, or even just something out of desperation. If I just need to hit something, top rope Hurricane Rana, the way that Lita only could do it, that's what I want.
So at this moment, you're saying you're working on it, you're perfecting it, but really it's more of a last resort kind of thing for you right now.
For me right now, yeah, I think the only way that I would use it right now is if it was out of desperation, if I just needed something. But I think once it's clean,
you got to work on it.
Yeah.
Make sure your ingredients is right.
I mean, obviously, I'm not trying a top rope Hurricane Rana at any point in the
well,
future,
neither am I.
But I mean,
you get me on the top rope, we made it somewhere.
Maybe we'll see it.
Yeah.
Once.
So, do you have any sort of pre-show or pre-match rituals or superstitions that you would share with the fans?
I do. I definitely do. Every match that I've ever wrestled, I always pray beforehand. I pray for myself, I pray for my opponent, and I pray for the crowd, because you never know if you're going to end up out there. So I pray that everybody's safe and that I land all of my stuff, everything goes well, and I win. Pray for the Lord to help me take the win. But yeah, I always pray. I really, before I ever wrestle in a ring, I do always, I don't know, I feel like if I don't go check the ropes something's going to happen with the rope. So I go and I'll wiggle them around, make sure they're tight enough, make sure that I'm not going to miss my springboards or anything. So those are kind of my main rituals. And I always take a moment to myself before I go out there. And I kind of give myself a pep talk through everything, but I have to be completely alone for just a minute so I can get all the jitters out, get all the nerves, and just make sure I know exactly what I'm about to do.
Yeah, we understand the whole checking the ropes thing.
Yeah,
Number one,
you see somebody go through them one time, that's all it takes.
if you watch the intro, you see it happen. And remember back at Betsy Lane when we were working for the company that we refused to name. But Barbarian was on the card, and he come out and checked the ropes and looked at him and said, "No, tighten them up."
Barbarian. I mean, he's a legend in every facet of the word. He's a legend. He walks out and he shakes the ropes, and he looks at one of the ring crew and he says, "Tighten them up." And the guy that was tightening the ropes is, "Oh man, I'm not going to tell Barbarian no, right?"
Yeah.
Of course, about 20 minutes later, another wrestler come out who prefers the ropes a little bit softer, and he shakes the ropes and he looks at the ring guy and he goes, "You're gonna have to loosen these up a little bit." And the ring guy's just like, "What you do?" Dude, I would act like I'm doing what I was just asked to do, but don't mess with Barb's ropes.
No,
that's not to be done. But we've had that happen in Elevate Pro Wrestling.
Yes.
If you go back to the Elevate Pro Wrestling YouTube channel, and go back to
Crater City Takeover,
Middlesboro, Kentucky.
Yes,
you will see that clip from
Nakeem
and Ethan Hire when they actually that became ground zero for Higher Dreams.
Yeah, that was when they realized they were better together.
Yeah, Nakeem, even as I mean, he's not a heavyweight, so even at his size, he hits those ropes with such force and such ferocity. He hit the rope to do a springboard, and one of the turnbuckles just snapped. The rope came undone, and I swear I thought he blew out both his knees.
Luckily, he had his hands on that top rope and used it like a swing.
He swung out under it, brought himself back.
They finished that match, and then we went to the ring and fixed it.
Nakeem and Ethan finished that match, never missed a beat. And after that, we went to intermission and fixed the turnbuckle and put the ropes back. But since then, we have switched to now, what are they, 4 or 4.5, or 2 or 2.5 ton turnbuckles?
Yeah, about 2.5 ton.
Yeah, 2.5 ton turnbuckles. So we shouldn't have that problem again.
No. Where are we? Can't see. Oh, down there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you made your presence felt at Chaos After Christmas in December. What was going through your mind during the contract signing?
Well,
other than having to use my back as a table.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Well, when Valeska came out, and I wasn't expecting her to pick up a microphone right off the bat, which at the time I didn't know that she was with child. So, she cuts her promo and she's calling me and Brooklyn little girl and hold on your title, have fun playing around. So I was pretty ticked off. I was like, okay, come on back. Come on. Get in here. And thankfully she didn't. I didn't know she's with child, but my main thought.
None of us did.
Yeah, I'm glad we know that now. But
yeah, we were all curious as to what the medical situation was, and it turns out, well, now we know.
The fans gave you.
Congratulations, that's awesome. But
yeah, absolutely.
I know she dropped out, and I find out all of a sudden there's this wild card entrant who now we know is Jada Stone, and I'm looking at Brooklyn thinking, I don't know who this wild card is, but it's going to be between me and Brooklyn, and I know in my heart that how bad I want this championship. That's what I was thinking. So I knew that going into that fight, I was going to have to give it all I had because of what a great competitor Brooklyn is.
You said it. You're stepping into a fatal four-way to crown the first ever Elevate Pro Wrestling Women's Champion. What does that opportunity mean to you?
Honestly, I have dreamed since I was a little girl of having some kind of shiny belt, and in wrestling, if you're losing every single match and you never pick up any wins, it's kind of like, well, what's the point? If I suck, why do I keep going? And I guess that would prove to me that I'm where I belong. Having that championship would mean the world to me. Also, it's pink. I'm a girly girl. Let's be real. I want a pink title. So if I get the opportunity to have that, truly.
You like my artwork.
Right. Yeah. That was entirely Doc's design. Well, in conjunction with our belt maker.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pete.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Pete.
Definitely.
You did a great job. It's beautiful.
It is a gorgeous piece of kit.
What made Elevate Pro Wrestling the place you wanted to plant your flag?
I had a couple of buddies who worked in the back, a bunch of wrestlers who go here, and a lot of people who I've come up with. So when I first started at School Morton, I kind of got my clique of friends and the people that I really grew to love and care about. And School Morton gets shut down. Next thing I know, I look at an EPW card and all my friends are there, So it just, and honestly, the fans, truly, I had no idea what to expect when I made my debut. Just coming in and cutting a promo, and signing the contract.
Right.
I had no idea what to expect. But as soon as I walk through that building, I see all these familiar faces who have been at my shows since I started. And it was like, I know this crowd. I know this locker room. I know these people. I feel comfortable here. I'm safe here. And I've got a lot of room that I can grow. And especially if there's a title, which obviously I'm going to take it home. But, if something happens and somehow Brooklyn or Jada or that wild card were to, sweep it from under my feet and I don't get it this time, I've got room to grow. I've got room to challenge for it again. I've got room to make these fans care about what we're doing. And that's what it's all about to me. So I just loved everything about EPW and I'm so happy to be here.
Speaking of the EPW fans, at Chaos After Christmas, you received a huge reaction that night.
Yes, indeed.
Did that surprise you at all?
Holy crap, yeah. I didn't, I'm thinking I'm going to this new promotion I've never been to before. I know a lot of the locker room. I don't know what to expect from the fans. I might come out of the curtain and they just hate me. I don't know. And honestly, a big part of me expected that when I walked out, that, they know Brooklyn. They love Brooklyn. And they're going to see this girl come in, think she's, hot stuff, going to take Brooklyn's shot. And I came out there, in which obviously they were loud. They were fired up for Brooklyn. I come out there and this is their first time seeing me at this promotion. And I hear, Nikki. I was like, wait a minute. Y'all know me? Do we know each other?
They like me. They really like me.
They really like me. And then there's that guy hollering. He's like, he loves you. I look over and there's a man with his head buried like this.
Yeah. His face was red as a beet.
Oh my goodness. That was
Brooklyn
fantastic.
actually has a question here. Let's see. Any guesses who the fourth opponent is? As I said earlier, we have no clue. I know who it ain't. It's not him. It's not me.
Right. It's not us.
I'm already
That's all I know.
I have no idea. I really don't. I don't know who they could bring in, because when Jada Stone got added into the mix, I was like, what? What are you doing here? So it could be anybody. I have no idea. I just know whoever it is, I'm gonna figure out a way to bring them down. I'm gonna assess the situation, and we're gonna get through it.
Caitlin Smith says she has some guesses, but she's not sure.
Also says she's hyped to Chaos After Christmas for Nikki. I love her so much.
I love you, Caitlin.
And let's see here.
And Blaze Davis giving us a little love
The
too.
best
So
of
hey,
course, I mean,
we'll take it.
Pat yourself on the back.
Caitlin, I don't want to take away from Nikki's time here, but if you have any guesses, lay them on us.
yeah, definitely so.
I don't have a clue.
So you've mentioned the EPW locker room that you know some of the people in the back. You've worked with them in other promotions, and we've heard from many wrestlers their thoughts on the EPW locker room. But what are your thoughts on the EPW locker room? Is it different than other locker rooms you've been in, or just what's your opinion?
Definitely different. Absolutely. I've worked in a lot of locker rooms up towards Iowa, Illinois, places like that. And at EPW, it's like a family. I mean, everybody back there, they care about each other. They care about each other's matches. You know, you'll talk to your friends back there and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to watch you when you go out." I'm like, "Thank you," you know. And that's rare. I don't know if they realize how rare that is, but you know, I'll go to other promotions and there's girls in the back talking trash about someone who's standing less than a foot away, you know, and that's just the way the world, the way the business. A lot of people are in it only for themselves, but I'm a firm believer that you can make connections along the way. You know, there's good people everywhere you go. You just have to find them. And EPW is so lucky to have found a crew of genuine people, you know, people who have good hearts and have hearts in the business. And that's just not something you find. It is so rare. So I think we're very blessed with the locker room that we have. And everyone, you know, always, if you have a question, if you've got a concern, if something's bothering you, if there's something that you're trying to do that you don't understand, everybody's ready to help out. Every single person in there would give you the shirt off their back. And that's just, except for the bad guys. We're not going to talk about them. But
that's essentially the same thing that almost everyone we've ever talked to, or even whether we've interviewed them on this show or we've talked to them after shows, behind the scenes, everyone says the same thing. It's like, man, this locker room is not the same.
No,
this is like family. You've got your little, I guess you could call it cliques or little groups that kind of, because the bad guys are going to bad guy, right?
Yeah.
The 5-star mafia are going to be hiding away and watching from the corner and skulking.
Yeah.
But you also have other people in the back who are just their family. They want that locker room to feel like it's a solid, contiguous unit.
Yeah.
And we hear that from almost everyone.
Blaze Davis actually getting off a topic a little bit, but serious question. What is your prediction for Brutus versus Xander Storm? Brutus?
I'm going with Brutus there, but Blaze also has another question down here
we're
for
getting
Nikki.
There.
I'm going with Brutus. What about you, Nikki?
Nikki Wilde, what do you say?
I say Brutus. I think the Appalachian animal has got that one.
Okay, and let's see. Blaze has another one down here. Who is your best friend in the business, like ever?
The easiest question you can ask. Miss Tess Warren, the hot mess. I say it to anybody who will listen. That girl is my sister, truly. Without her, I have no idea how I would have navigated the business, and she is a real one. You don't find a lot of real ones, but if there was one word to describe Tess Warren, it is real. She is so kind, wonderful person.
Right, and Nancy Osborne 9495. Proud of you, Nikki.
Hi, Nancy. I love you.
Let's see here.
So, other than the coming show, February 28th in Claiborne, Tennessee, right? It's
Claiborne High School.
It's Claiborne High School. Yeah.
We get there.
Words.
We know where it
What
is.
should the EPW world, what should the EPW fans expect from you in 2026?
Titles. This is the year that I win my first championship, and it's gonna have to kill me if I don't win it on the 28th. So I know that's coming. Honestly, I just want to be a champion that EPW is proud of. If I am the one to win this belt, I want the fans to know that I won it. No lies, no cheats. I won it because I earned it. And when the fans see that, I want them to have that connection with me, knowing that the one who won the Fatal 4-Way is someone that you can get behind, someone you can put your faith in, someone you can put your trust in, and someone who is going to do her darndest to make this championship prestigious, to make this championship worth something, because it is, this is Elevate Pro Wrestling's first women's championship, the inaugural. So all I want is for the fans to know who I am and where my heart is. And that's what I want out of this year, is to make more connections and to help them have fun, have experiences and have a great time. That's what it's all about anyway.
Go ahead.
So you're stepping into this Fatal 4-Way. We've talked about Brooklyn Rae, the respect you have there, the respect and maybe I won't say fear. I do not think you have fear, but the respect and the maybe a little concern for stepping in against Jada. And now we have a unnamed opponent. What are you doing right now to prepare for this? Is there anything special you're doing to prepare for this match that's different from anything else you've done?
This one feels more real to me. I've had title shots before. I mean, I've even gotten to go against Kenzie Page for the NWA Women's Championship. But, that was before I went to Seth Rollins' school. That was before Black and Brave trained me. That was before I graduated and had 3 months of pure wrestling training experience. Every single day. All I was doing was wrestling. So I think when I hadn't been trained by Black and Brave, I saw title shots as like, wow, I could win this. It's a possibility. This is a great opportunity. Now I see it as more of a goal. It's more direct. It's not that I have a chance to win this. It's that I have to win this. I need to win this. I almost feel desperate that now I'm trained. I have nothing holding me back. I have the tools to be successful. I have to go do it. So I've been training harder than I've ever trained. I've been in the gym more than I've ever been in the gym, tracking my protein. Everything that I eat is logged, because if it's not going towards my muscle growth and my improvement in the ring, what am I doing right now? Because my eyes are set on this match and this championship, and I've never been more locked in for anything.
Got a question here from Caitlin Smith. Nikki, what is something that you're excited for in the wrestling business?
I'm excited for meeting new people, especially fans. I love talking to fans. I love hearing why they love wrestling, why they came and saw me, what they loved about my match, what they didn't love. I want to hear everything. I want to hear anything they have to say. And I look forward to that a lot. But I also am really looking forward to getting my first hardcore matches this year, which is a little crazy. But hopefully, if my cards are played right, I'll be in some, maybe a death match, maybe a last man standing match, last woman standing. Just trying new things. I got to work my first steel cage match this year, which was awesome. Hurts a lot, but I loved it. I love that, the grit and the stakes of being in a match like that. So I'm really hoping to try some new things out this year. Maybe bring out some weapons. I just love it. I love everything about it.
We have called a women's hardcore match. And
Called a tag team hardcore match.
we've called several hardcore matches.
Yeah.
And Elevate Pro Wrestling does not have a problem. Mr. Moore does not have a problem with sanctioning a hardcore match. That being said, maybe we drop a bug in the office and see.
We can always, hey,
we'll try to make that happen.
If it's something good we're good at, that's getting under people's skin.
Yeah, we can do it. We know two of your opponents again, but we don't know the third. What would you say for the two that we do know? What would you say is the biggest threat that they present? Be it a move or just an attitude or some sort of their personality or whatever the case may be. And what is the one thing on that same line, other than the unknown, what are you concerning yourself with about this unknown opponent?
Not the unknown.
Not the unknown. No.
As far as the two that we know about, Jada and Brooklyn, for Jada, the threat is I've seen her matches. I've seen her wrestle in TNA. I've seen her qualifications. She is so good that TNA had the faith in her to sign her, and that's a big deal. I'm still working the indies. Me and Brooklyn are working the indies hoping that we'll get signed. And I'm sure that's most people on the indies goal. But with Jada, she just has these lethal attacks that some ways that you can't really prepare for. She, just like Brooklyn, there's a lot of top rope moves. She is not one who's afraid of heights. She's in incredible shape. I mean, the abs on that woman, I could probably punch her in the stomach and hurt my hand. So that's a threat. That's something that I take very seriously, is that Jada's going to be probably the toughest competitor I've ever been against, as well as Brooklyn. Brooklyn can come out with moves that you would never expect, and I haven't been around enough to see Brooklyn's matches live, but when I found out I was in this match, I did my research. I went and looked through her highlight reels, went and looked through the things that she's posted or the matches on YouTube. When she's on the top rope, you better watch out. When she's in the ring, she's quick. The speed that Brooklyn has is something that is definitely something that's a threat for me, something that I take seriously, because out of nowhere, that speed, she could pull a fast one on me and I not even see it coming. So that's what I'm looking for when it comes to Jada and Brooklyn. But as for this fourth opponent, the main threat, obviously, other than the unknown, is I don't know. I have no idea how to prepare for an opponent that I don't know anything about. Yeah. So navigating that is just, I have to prepare for anything. It could be anybody, and it could be someone who's built like China, or it could be someone who's built like Sol Ruka. I have no idea. And I need to be aware of how to look out from attacks from any person who could come into this ring. So the main focus on this mystery opponent is to prepare for anything and everything. And that's really all I can do.
Looks like we got a question here. Let's see. Predictions for the fourth woman in the matchup.
That's a couple times that's been
I
asked.
wish I knew.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
So
they want a name. They want a name.
Well, if I had to say one name that I think it could possibly be, I would say Neon Enigma.
Possibly.
That is possible.
But you don't know. I mean,
but I mean, look, it could be Enigma, it could be Sarah Bubbles, it could be Emily Rose, it could be Betty D. These are all people that we're familiar with that it could be. Is there anyone that maybe you're familiar with that we're not from the Tennessee area that you think maybe that could be
The ones that I had considered, of course, Neon Enigma. That would be a pretty substantial threat, and
Mhm.
I mean, obviously a great addition to the match, but something that I would be on the lookout for. I thought about her, and I thought about maybe Sam Street. She's from the Tennessee area. I know that she works a lot of promotions around here. But really, I mean, besides them and the Page sisters, I know Tess Warren is in North Carolina, so I don't think they'd bring her in, but they're bringing Jada Stone in. I have no idea who it could be.
I mean, it could. I don't believe I can't believe I'm actually going to say this, but the one person that chases more titles than anyone else in women's wrestling today.
Come on.
Could it possibly be Mercedes Moné looking for her 27th title?
I mean, it could be. And if it
Go away. Go. You're fired.
you have
God.
enough, let me have one.
She does have enough.
I-
She needs to.
No.
I have my
If
opinions.
she's got to have a whole crew to hold them for her so she can get into the ring,
Yeah.
she's got enough.
You
Get
got
that
to,
woman
yeah.
like a cart from the store.
Well, I have actually saw that happen, and I've seen people load them in carts and push them out. So
Yeah.
Let's see here. Caitlin Smith. I think whoever the fourth woman is, I think she has been in EPW before and is making a comeback. We know
that could
But
definitely
Leska's still
be.
with child. So,
Yeah,
Leska's still with child.
but that could definitely describe Sarah Bubbles.
Yeah, she hasn't been
Um,
around in a while.
I don't know.
Shaolin was
Shaolin. Oh yeah, that is a huge obstacle in that match. Her strength is beyond anything I've ever seen in the women's division.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine who it could be. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, at this point in the game, I think it's wait a minute. Yeah. Tess Warren. Wow, Nikki.
But with all that being said, your opponents and this being the inaugural run for the Elevate Pro Wrestling Women's Championship, you've never wrestled in an Elevate Pro Wrestling ring yet. You've stepped foot in the ring. You've done your contract signing in the ring. So what would it mean to you to etch your name in EPW history on what is essentially your day one?
It makes me feel, I don't know if you remember when Paige debuted on Raw and took the Divas Championship from AJ Lee.
Yep.
That's what that would feel like for me.
Yeah.
And
I would love that. I
you're
mean, the
really
way
not
that the fans,
Mark.
yeah, exactly. The way that the fans reacted when I came out for that contract signing
Right.
just blew me away. So honestly, the opportunity to compete in the EPW ring is something that I was grateful for to begin with. If I take home the gold and, I can go out into the fans who have supported me so much and we can hold up that title together, that would be it. That would be history made. I've made my mark. I've done what I've set out to do. Now let's get going.
That's Josh say here. Hopefully I get to crown the women's title to the best one who wins.
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to crown it to the best one who wins, because if you crowned it to anybody else, then that'd be wrong.
Referee Joshua has been begging. Look, you talked about us being pestering people till we get our way.
Yeah.
He has been pestering Mr. Moore to be the referee for that match since day one.
Well, that's a fatal flaw.
He wants to be the one to crown the women's champion, to actually hand them the title. That's his. And look, I don't blame him. I mean, he's been the one to crown every champion so far.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm just thinking of it.
Yeah.
What you wish, Josh? Oh, that's Blaze.
Oh,
Never mind. I figured it out now.
So you talked a little bit ago about music, and the moniker Hardcore Heartbreaker reminded me of a song from and you said you were into like rock and metal, so you may not know it, but there was a song from a young girl, a country song several years ago, Emily Joe. The song was called "I Break Things," and if you haven't heard it, go listen to it. It is a really, really good song, and it's more or less about her being a tomboy, and she's broken cars, and she's broken toys, and she's broken swings and wagons, and she's broken a lot of hearts. But what music gets you hyped before you go out to the ring?
Like I said, I'm a metal fan. I really like, I don't know if you've ever heard of Chevelle. I love Chevelle. I love 3 Days Grace. I'm not going to lie, I'm a diehard Nickelback fan. You can hate on me if you want. I love Nickelback.
Not me.
But I love those bands. I'm also a really big fan of WWE theme songs. When I'm getting ready to go out, I'm probably blasting some old theme songs, or specifically Kelly Holla Holla.
Oh yeah,
that's my go. I love that woman. When she was little, she was such an inspiration to me. So I had the words memorized and everything. And sometimes when I'm trying to get in the zone, I'll put on Holla Holla, and then I feel immediately better.
Is it bad when I used to walk 3 miles a day that I was listening to Jimmy Valiant's theme song?
No, that's actually kind of heavy. It keeps your motivation up. So Hardcore Heartbreaker, we talked about that earlier. What is the most heartbreaker thing you've ever done in real life?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think, honestly, if I had to think of anything, it's the way that I hand out rejections. I think, and that I don't mean to be rude, but I get a lot of pretty crazy direct messages on Facebook and Instagram, and I don't have to respond. I know I don't have to respond, but sometimes they say something just absolutely terrible, and I just hit a little mic drop moment, break their heart, crush their spirit a little bit, and move on.
There's nothing wrong with that.
The other day, my sisters were out at Walmart getting a load of stuff, and there was this guy behind them. My oldest sister was having trouble getting the credit card machine to work, and this guy was behind her just huffing and puffing and going on, and she just turns around and goes off on him right in the middle of that store.
Well, I
called him everything but an egg-sucking dog.
Yep.
Now are you happy?
I can see both your sisters.
She said, everybody's just looking at us.
Yeah.
No kidding.
I mean, gotta do what you do.
So you talk about the fans occasionally, and we get that. Look, it's never happened to us, but we've most certainly seen some fans can get they can take things a little too far.
Yeah.
Especially male fans with female wrestlers. What would you say to those fans that, look, we know that the nastiness is not going to ingratiate them.
Yeah.
But what would you say to those fans to maybe help them calm that down a little bit?
Yeah. I would say I'm a real person. I've got a family I go home to. I have a husband. I go out there and, I choose to show myself in this way. I choose to be perceived by the public. And I understand that. But I do believe that there is so much more that can be gained from having respect for females. I'll talk to anybody. I'll talk to a brick wall. I talk to myself all the time. If you want to have a conversation with me, just come on up to me. But if you lay hands on me, if you try to grab me while we're taking pictures, I don't have any respect for that. And I don't have any room for life.
Yeah.
And as much as my husband will protect me, he don't have to. I'll knock your lights out. So don't do it.
Yeah.
You know, if you respect me, I'll respect you. I'll sign anything you want. I'll take as many pictures as you want. I mean, I do what I do for the fans and for the entertainment that we are able to provide. You know, we provide an escape for a lot of people. We provide, you know, just a way out of everyday life by immersing yourself in what we decide to create. So all that I ask is that you be respectful to me as a human being, as a real person, and respectful not only to me, but my family and my husband. And the world will be a better place.
If I am not mistaken, that is my mama's cousin right there, Donald Rowe from Southwest Florida.
What is it?
I'll mollywop any man that touches Nikki Wilde, period.
I believe that. I've watched Tessa's matches.
Here's the thing. I mean, we have been in positions where we've had those oh crap moments. Am I going to have to do something here?
Yeah.
With some fans in this world, and we understand.
If you watch a particular show that we done commentary for a few months back, you'll see me leaning down next to the edge of the table because I was getting ready to
plow him,
bust the guy in the back of the head for going after Adrian Alexander. What was it?
I think so.
Yeah. It was double ace.
Yeah.
Yep. And that was just a fan who needed to be thrown out.
Yeah.
But
that happens a lot, you know.
Yeah. This was in Ohio, so there, much like Tennessee, there are no barricades necessary, legally. In Kentucky, we're required to have barricades around the fans, and it doesn't really matter as much in Ohio or in Tennessee. And there was a particular fan who was he was skulking toward the edge of the ring, and he was really looked like he was going to attack double ace Adrian Alexander. You got
Nikki. What's the biggest moment you've had so far in wrestling?
I've got two. The first would probably be when I did get to challenge for the NWA Women's Championship against Kenzie Page, which that was my debut singles match. That was the first time I'd ever had a one-on-one match before. Incredibly blessed and so lucky to have had that. But the most recent one was this past Friday at Crossfire Wrestling, which is an NWA promotion. I picked up a win against two men, against Connor Martin and Rabbit Rogue. So being able to pick up a win and show the world that I'm a woman and I just beat two big old men. So that was definitely felt like I proved myself in that one. It was a big moment for me. The crowd, I mean, they went crazy. I was so happy to have been there and gotten to have that moment with them. But that was a pretty big win for me. So first time I've ever won at an NWA promotion as well. So that was a big deal for me.
To answer your question, Joshua, yes, we will be doing the Next Level Awards at the beginning of the show
on the 28th.
On the 28th.
Yes, those have been.
So for those of you who are waiting on that, we will definitely be doing the awards. We didn't forget.
Everything just happened at the wrong time, and
I don't know why Josh is worried about it.
You think he was nominated for referee of the year?
You think he was nominated for referee of the year or something? I don't know.
Louise. Cousin Donald, what did he say here? Just caught some of Nikki's comments. Love it. She's a family person. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What is something fans should be shocked to learn about you?
I feel like it's kind of silly, but I love to make bread. That's something that people don't know. I make a lot of bread. I'm kind of a grandma. I love to bake. I sew. I knit. I paint. I just do grandma things. And another one would be that I drag race, or at least I used to a lot. I love race cars. Love anything to do with something loud and fast. If it's a car, I am there. I love it. I grew up around it. So a lot of people don't know that, but I actually, even in most of my matches, I've got this necklace here that was given by one of my friends, but it's got my racing flag. So I try to bring that with me everywhere I go, and never forget where you came from. So that's very important to me.
What do you want the women's division to become?
I want us to be bigger and badder than the men's. I want people to walk in and be like, man, I can't wait to see that women's match. And if anything, a main event on the card, something that is a big deal to the fans, big enough that they'll wait all the way to the end of the show, because that is who they want to see. That's who they came here for.
Yeah.
And
I want the women's division to be taken seriously.
The heavyweight champion checking in. The only award that matters at EPW is holding the EPW heavyweight championship.
I would say to a point he's right concerning the men. I mean, obviously for the women it would be
the
women's
championship.
Yeah.
I mean, if Xander wants me to beat him, I guess I will, but
watch out for that speed.
Listen, Xander's got big enough problems right now as is. He's having, his little unit is not as cohesive as one would imagine. And
last I saw him, he looks up the creek without a paddle. So
Nikki's better than you, Xander.
Tess knows what's up.
Okay.
Did you? That reminds me. I actually made a comment to Bitter Brian Compton last night.
Well, I saw that. He was asking, why her before me, and
well, he's prettier and she's a better wrestler.
Yeah.
So
and she's not near as bitter.
Yeah, not nearly as bitter.
No.
So let's get into a little bit of like, get a little more personal. You talked about watching your protein intake and your exercise regimen and making sure that you're prepared for this. What's your go-to cheat meal maybe after a show?
Oh man, when we get out of shows, the only things that's open is McDonald's, Taco Bell, Cookout, or Waffle House, and that's your only option. So for sure, 1000% it's Taco Bell. And I have the app, so I go on my app and I go to the members only, and I get a deluxe cravings box with a crunch wrap, a spicy potato soft taco, fiesta potatoes, and a Dr. Pepper. And that's the way to go.
I mean, after a match, after a show, all that energy expended.
You got to recover.
You got a carb load, right? You got a carb load.
You got a carb load.
Yes, which I might not finish it all, but I'm going to take a bite of every single thing.
If you could steal one entrance from another wrestler, past, present, what would it be?
Ooh. Let me think. One that I don't think I have the shoes to fill. My favorite entrance of all time. I was a Shield fan for life. The Shield was everything when I was little. Which now I'm trained by Seth Rollins, but I still haven't forgiven him for what he did. I don't know if I will. When he hit them in the back with that steel chair
to the back,
my heart broke. I missed school. I could not go to school. I was so devastated and heartbroken. I didn't stop crying for days. So if I could get the Shield theme song, that would kind of be the coolest thing ever. But I'm not Roman Reigns. I don't have the shoes to feel that, But if not that one, I really, really love Lita's theme song. So if I could be Lita for a day, that would be pretty cool.
If you had to describe yourself using movie titles only, what would they be?
Ooh, Okay. Fast and Furious, 100%. It's about cars, first of all. That's like my origin story. And then, you know, if I'm in the ring, I'm going to try to move quickly, get things done, and I'm usually pretty angry. So I think that works out really well.
That makes sense.
Does indeed.
What's the most chaotic thing that's ever happened to you?
Ooh. I will go back to this one. It was crazy. Last December, I faced Brody Dahl in a match in Campton, Kentucky called the Campton Clash. Campton Clash has been running for about a year. One of the best promotions I've ever been to. Could not recommend Campton enough. If you can get to a Campton Clash, be there. But I was in a match with Brody Dahl, and she got me good. I'm not gonna lie. That girl can work. So she hit me with a ripcord, and I was out. I was down for the count, and the ref counts to 2 and just stopped counting. And everybody's like, because she got me. I'll be honest. That was a 3 count.
Yeah.
So then, you know, I mean, if everybody's saying that it was only 2, I'm gonna take it. But she hits me again. She brings me back up, hits me with a finish again, and I'm down for 3. Again, the ref goes 1, 2. I didn't kick out. And still, he counted to 2. So everybody, you know, I could hear commentary going crazy. They were like, that's a 3 count. Is the match fixed? Is the ref on Nikki's side? You know, what's going on? But the like panic and confusion from the crowd, that it was chaos. I had no idea what to do. So eventually, you know, they ruled that it was a 3 count, and unfortunately I took the loss. But that was probably the most chaotic thing I've had to go through in a match.
Sounds like the ref forgot how to count to 3.
I saw him. He counted 1, 2, and then he was counting on his fingers. I was like, there's only 3 numbers. So it was confusing for everyone.
Reckon he was. No.
No. We may know a referee that forgot how to count to 3.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Anyway.
happens. We all have
It
moments.
happens. I mean, you
I
never
haven't
know
had that
about this stuff.
yet, but you know.
Let's see here. Which one? I can't see that one. Oh,
What
go ahead.
would you want to say directly to the EPW fans right now?
Thank you. A huge thank you. The response that y'all had when I walked into that building and I made my first appearance, my debut, it was insane. I honestly cannot thank you enough for having my back and supporting me. And I see all of you online, on Facebook, on Instagram, all of my social media, just hyping me up for this match, telling me you think I'm going to win, telling me you have my back. So really the biggest thing that I have to say to all of the EPW fans is thank you. Thank you so much.
Speaking of social media, and it goes along with this question here, does she have any tags to follow on Facebook, social media? Where can people follow you, support you, and keep up with your journey?
You can find me anywhere. So I'm on pretty much all social media. It's Nikki Wilde FR, and Nikki Wilde is spelled NIKKIWILDE, and then FR, which is Nikki Wilde for real. So find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can find me on YouTube at just Nikki Wilde. And then I also have a Shopify where I'm selling merch, which is just shopify.com/Nikki Wilde.
Gotcha.
One more question for you before we're going to let you go, and we'll get into our coming events and our shout outs for the evening. Somewhere out there right now, there's a child, Professor Bear, in the house.
Professor Bear showing up.
Sorry.
Can't wait to see Nikki live.
Oh, Professor Bear's going to be.
Hopefully.
We always love seeing Professor Bear.
If he show up, I'll be there.
So somewhere out there right now,
Anyway,
there is a kid, little boy, little girl, young woman who's watching this, or maybe they end up watching February 28th and they see you put your heart and soul out there for the EPW Women's Championship. They're watching the Hardcore Heartbreaker. And they say to themselves, I want to do that. I want to be like her. What do you say to them?
Don't let anybody in this world tell you that you can't. And especially that there is no right time. For me, I feel like I was waiting until I lost weight. I was waiting until I was in better shape. I was waiting until I graduated college. I was waiting for all these things in my life to be perfect before I started. And the reality is, life is never going to be perfect. You're never going to have the right time to start. The right time to start is now. If you have this passion, if you have this desire, the only thing that will ever hold you back from making it is yourself. Don't let anybody else tell you that you can't do it, because I told myself I couldn't do it for years. And then when I finally gave in to my dreams and my passion, look at me. I'm living my dream every single day of my life. Every day I wake up and go, holy crap, I'm a professional wrestler. And you can do it too. So all you have to do is believe that you can do it and start now. Don't wait. The time to start is now.
Absolutely, I agree.
Amen to that.
Do you have any other questions this evening?
Yeah, one more. So you've talked about some of your inspirations. You've talked about your current opponents and your goals for 2026. Let's take a look at the penultimate goal, right? Let's look at the peak. Where does Nikki Wilde see herself? Where is her peak? And who will be your rival?
My ultimate goal in wrestling is something that I've actually already achieved, which some people might think is a little weird to say. A lot of people's life goal is to get signed with WWE, TNA, AEW, NWA, whatever the company is. My life goal was to be a wrestler. And my life goal is to impact people. It's not necessarily to, which who doesn't want to get signed with WWE? Let's be real. But my goal is to make an impact on people's lives. So I know that I've succeeded and I've done what I've set out to do when I have people coming up to me saying, like, you've inspired me, you've inspired this, whether it has to do with wrestling or not. If I inspire you to go be a nurse, great, cool beans. That's what I want. I want to create a positive impact on the world and leave it better than I found it. And if I can do that through telling stories and through entertainment and through being myself, that's where I see my future. Which, praying that I get signed to a big company, and I'm able to have more outreach. But if I can be an indie wrestler the rest of my life and I can make an impact on people, I'm happy. I've made it. That's the biggest blessing I could ever have. So I hope I make it big someday, and I hope that there's plenty of people who want to see my face on a TV screen or something like that. But we'll see where the future holds. As far as my rival goes, I think that the best way to go through this is with probably one of the ladies that I trained with. I think that Tess Warren and I would have a fantastic rivalry. But that's my sister. I love Tess Warren with all my heart, and I think we could create magic in the ring. But I don't know when the time will be right for that. So that's a possibility. But the other one is the person who I spent almost every day with at Black and Brave, and that's Miss Brody Dahl. And I see her out there in Iowa. You know, she's working Dreamwave. She's working all of these amazing promotions, and we're both coming up at the same time, and we started at the same time together. So I think maybe my ultimate rival might end up being Brody if it's not Tess Warren.
Definitely. So, and the last comment for the evening: as a 17-year-old girl, I've looked up to a lot of wrestlers, my mom as an example, but Nikki is definitely my mom or my woman wrestler that I look up to as a role model. That is so awesome.
That is awesome. That's what it's all about to me. So
I agree. We appreciate you, and
Yeah, thank you for joining us this evening.
definitely so.
yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Look forward to seeing you on February the 28th. Elevate Pro Wrestling Reckoning taking place, Claiborne High School Gym. Oh,
We will let you get out of here and not take up any more of your time, and we're going to hit some coming events here.
Yeah.
But again, thank you. God bless, and we look forward to seeing you.
Take care now.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye. All right. Great interview, old man.
Tremendous.
Great.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of times we have, when we've had people on for interviews, we've had to kind of focus things down because of time constraints.
Yeah.
And I don't think Nikki ever gave us a time constraint like, hey, I need to be, gone in 45 minutes. Or whatever.
Right.
So it's wonderful to be able to just flesh that out a little bit and let things flow sort of organically. So thank you so much again to Nikki Wilde. Thanks for the words of kindness there, Cousin Donald.
Yeah, absolutely.
And thank you for joining us, everybody that's been here. But we'll move on into the coming events.
Elevate Pro Wrestling Reckoning taking place, like I said, February 28th. It's going to be a great evening. I'm ready to climb back behind the commentary table.
Absolutely. We haven't been behind a commentary table since
February the 3rd.
January the 3rd.
January 3rd.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like I said, folks, it has been the last 2 weeks have been a blur for me.
Yeah.
Matches have been announced for EPW Reckoning. Of course, the women's championship, the Hardcore Heartbreaker, Nikki Wilde versus Jada Stone versus Brooklyn Rae, and a competitor to be named at a later time. I wonder who it could be.
I don't know. Again, if I had
for all we know, it could be Ricky Tidwell's mama.
Doris?
You never know.
Her real name's Doris, but they're going to call her Too Tall. That's what they said. That's what I've always heard.
That's what I heard. And she's got shoulders and a 4 foot wide.
Yeah. That's what I've heard. I mean, I haven't seen her, but
that's how it goes. I mean,
I heard she was going to the NFL.
Could
anyway.
be. Anyway, back where we were.
So that's a tremendous opportunity there. That could very well be match of the night.
Honestly,
I think in my mind that's going to be match of the night.
It's definitely leading up to that of the Elevate Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Also, the Appalachian Animal Brutus making a return home, and
yes,
he graduated from Claiborne County High School. I mean,
yeah,
that's awesome, and he's going to be coming home. Professor Bear said he plans to.
Cousin Donald. We piqued his interest.
Of course, we pique interest.
Well, I mean, obviously,
Professor Bear plans to be there.
Yep.
Nikki Wilde, thank you all so much for having me. Had a blast. We had a great time, and hopefully do it again. Brutus, one-on-one with his brothers. The Visions and Storm.
Yeah.
Match supposed to took
Former
place.
Brother in Arms and look.
It should have took place at New Year's meetings, but things happened and
Yeah, well, weather and other circumstances and we talked about the passing of your
We
mom
did.
last week.
We did.
And
And I appreciate the outreach of the fans, the well wishes,
Yeah.
the prayers that were sent up, and it just so awesome. The community has been amazing to my family, and my mama. I don't think the woman realized how loved she was.
she did.
She did. She honestly did not.
She was just not the type of person that I'm going to say she didn't give much thought.
Yeah.
She loved her family. She loved her friends and her neighbors, and she kept her circle kind of tight.
She did.
But
But she never met a stranger.
But she,
in
yeah,
that
she never
same
met
in
a
that
stranger.
same breath, she might have kept her circle tight, but
her circle was tight. Her net was wide.
yeah. I
So,
mean,
yeah.
I had. It's amazing the reach that woman had.
Yeah.
And it's just. I always tell everybody it's one day at a time right now for me. But also the Elevate Pro Wrestling Next Level Championship will be on the line as the Spartan Zach Apollyon
Sellout.
with Mr. 5-Star Charlie Craig taking on the Hammer Jake Rayner. That is going to be an interesting match. The Elevate Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championship, Higher Dreams defending against Grappling Inc. That's a return from Feast or Famine. It is.
Yep.
And let's see here. What else do we have? The number one contenders match for the heavyweight championship. The best of the best, Andrew Thomas with Valeska versus No Limit Matt Diesel. And a triple threat match for the number one contender to the next level championship. The Undead Tragedy Repic with the Neon Enigma versus the Golden Child Evan Golden versus the Aerial Assassin Skyven with Scarlet Fox.
There's another one we forgot to mention.
Yeah, Scarlet Fox.
Scarlet Fox could be the fourth.
Absolutely.
And we now know that Neon Enigma is going to be in the building.
That's it. I mean,
there's so many options there.
Yeah,
Who could be that fourth? And it could be someone we've never even seen. I mean, how? I don't know.
It could very well. You never know.
I'm very, very much looking forward to that match.
And also, the Guiding Light, Michael Gabriel, is taking on the Wrestling Machine, Corey Sparks.
That is a barn burner.
Indeed, that is going to be a barn burner in the making. Elevate Pro Wrestling Reckoning is brought to you by the following sponsors: the City of New Tazewell, Tennessee, the City of Tazewell, Tennessee, the New Tazewell, Tennessee Fire and Rescue, Claiborne County Sports Zone. Go ahead and take a rest.
Wood Lake Golf and Lodge, Gatos Tacos, Phoenix Weight Loss, Jose's Casa Mexican Restaurant, Sandra Academy of Salon Services, and the Claiborne High School, home of the Bulldogs.
That's it.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
I mean, it's okay. Well, look here we root for the Hawks.
Yeah.
And the Bearcats.
We try.
But that's our secondary family.
Yeah.
So it's fine for us to root for the Bulldogs down there.
For the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Root for the Bulldogs. And also some plugs and shout outs to our friends down there at Tri-County DAV Chapter 26 in Oliver Springs. Saw Morgan chime in earlier that he was saddened that we couldn't make it down there for New Year's meetings, and definitely so. Everything that just went on with the weather and mom passing, and it couldn't get any crazier at that time. Also, our friends down at Time Warp 16th Street, Ashland, Kentucky, and the kiosk location at 500 Winchester Avenue inside the Ashland Mall. And to our friends at A Walk in Time, 1626 6th Avenue, Charleston, West Virginia. My friend, you know what to do.
Yeah, big shout out to our friends at Aftermath Pro. Check them out on Facebook.
Home away from home.
That's our home away from home. and we're looking forward to getting behind the booth and calling some action for Aftermath Pro in the very near future. Also, shout out to Harris Home and Lawn Service in Paintsville, Kentucky. I think we can try to put the phone number and stuff on for that on the website, as well as Stevens Handyman Services in Pikeville, Kentucky. Both of those companies, they do tons of work for home repairs and service, as well as outdoor landscaping and fencing and all kinds of stuff. So check those out. Also, our friends Bob and John at the Indy Wrestling Experience, IWX. Check them out on Facebook, YouTube. I think there's a link for them on
They have a website.
Yeah, they have a website, but I think there's also a link for them on Wrestling Society Network.
There's also a link for them off of the Cussin and Discussin,
off of our Cussin and Discussin page.
webpage.
So definitely go check out IWX
and the Elevate Pro Wrestling page.
Page, and check out Wrestling Society Network at thewrestlingsocietynetwork.com, their webpage, at Wrestling Society Network on Facebook. Be on the lookout for their standalone app, but in the meantime, you can catch them on Roku, Amazon Prime, and Apple TV. They have app there, and we love Wrestling Society Network. Love those folks. They put in
Bears coming to Cleveland County High School.
They've put a ton of work and effort, time, and just blood, sweat, and tears into bringing hours and hours of wrestling content into one space.
Yeah.
And we love all of them over there. So please check them out. And as always, last but not least, my wonderful wife, Sheena Dixon at Sheena Dixon Photography. That's at Sheena Dixon Photography on Facebook. Check her out for all your photography needs, be it weddings or divorces, as the doc likes to say, family photos, holiday photos, family reunions, sports photos, kids and school photos, all that good stuff. So check her out there. It's okay.
No.
Yeah, you're good.
And I also want to say thank you very much to my personal advisor for putting up with me and keeping me on a straight path the last couple of days. Like I said, been crazy. Don't know what I'd do without you. And with that said, sir, do you know what time it is?
I think it's time to piss on the fire and call the dogs, Doc.
I agree with you, sir. So until next week, for the excellence of elocution, Walter Dixon, I'm the doctor of professional wrestling, Mike Blankenship, PhD, saying to you until next time, so long from the Bluegrass State.